What if your music could actually listen back to you? And I don't just mean your voice commands. I mean your heartbeat, your stress levels, your actual mood. Today, we're diving into something called bio-personalized music, a technology that's literally creating a unique soundtrack for your inner world. So let's start with a question that gets right to the heart of this. What if your playlist knew you were feeling stressed out, maybe even before you consciously did? Imagine your workout music automatically picking up the pace when it senses your heart rate climbing, or a calming melody just starts playing because your smartwatch detected stress signals. It's a wild thought. We all curate playlists for our lives, right? We've got one for the gym, one for deep focus, one for winding down. But those are all static. They don't change. What we're talking about here is a truly adaptive soundscape, one that evolves in real time, moment by moment, right along with you. This really gets to the fundamental shift in thinking. Right now, it's a manual process. You feel stressed, so you stop what you're doing and go find a calming playlist. The new way is totally different. It's automatic and deeply personal. The technology senses that your stress is rising, and it creates a calming soundscape for you, right then and there.
So you're probably wondering, how is this even possible? How can an algorithm, just a piece of code, understand something as human and complex as a feeling? Well, it all starts by listening, not to your words, but to the quiet signals your body is constantly sending out.
It's really a three-step process that turns your internal state into something a machine can understand. First up is sense. Biosensors, maybe in your watch or your phone, gather all that data. Second is analyze. AI models then take those biological signals, like a rising heart rate, and interpret them as emotional states, like, say, anxiety. And finally, profile. All of this creates a dynamic, ever-changing emotional profile that's unique to you. And this isn't guesswork. This is all data. The AI is piecing together your digital footprint from all kinds of sources. It could be your heartbeat from a smartwatch, for sure, but also the tiny flicker of a microexpression caught by your webcam, or even the rhythm and speed of your typing. It can go even deeper, using EEG to read brainwaves or natural language processing to understand the emotional tone of your emails or messages.
Okay, so the AI knows how you feel. It has the data. But how does it turn that feeling into music? This is where it gets really exciting. It doesn't just go pick a song from a library. It actually creates one. And here is the most mind-blowing part of this whole thing. The system generates what are being called emotion-printed songs, and it does it on the fly. This is not the AI just finding a sad song because you feel sad. No, it's composing a completely new piece of music from scratch that is the unique sound of you in that exact moment. The concept that makes this all possible is called generative music. Think about a song on an album. It's the same every single time you play it. Generative music is the opposite. It's created by a system, and because of that, it can be different every single time, constantly evolving based on the information it receives. And in this case, that information is you.
Now, what's really fascinating here is that this isn't just for entertainment. Not at all. It has some incredibly powerful applications for wellness and therapy.
The real goal here isn't just entertainment. It's about well-being. The system won't just match your anxiety with anxious-sounding music. Instead, it will sense that anxiety and compose something specifically designed to guide you out of it, to gently nudge you toward a state of calm. And the potential impact is just huge, especially when you look at two key areas: stress reduction and mood regulation. I mean, imagine a system that proactively helps you navigate feelings of anxiety by creating the perfect soundscape to bring you back to center. That's a game changer. Think about the power of that phrase for a second. We're not just talking about playlists that match your mood. We're talking about playlists that can actively heal your mood. This reframes music from just being simple entertainment into a personalized, proactive therapeutic tool. But of course, a technology this powerful, this personal, well, it doesn't come without some pretty profound questions. What happens when our devices know our emotional state better than we do ourselves? And that brings us to a really mind-bending and, slightly unsettling question. What happens when an algorithm can detect the subtle biological markers that you're heading into a depressive episode, maybe days before you're even consciously aware of it? And this creates a really fascinating tension. On one hand, the promise is incredible: personalized stress relief, proactive healing. But the questions it raises are just as big. Who owns your emotional data? Could a company use this technology to manipulate you?
And what happens to our own ability to cope if we start outsourcing our feelings to an algorithm?
So it leaves us with this huge question to think about. Is this just the future of music, or is it the future of us? As our technology gets more and more personal, that's a question we're all going to have to answer.